During a trading day, there's a moment that happens before the first chart is even analyzed, before the first candle matters, before structure or liquidity comes into play. Your performance is already being shaped. It is shaped by how you arrive at the session. Your routine, your preparation, and your mental state decide whether you start neutral, reactive, or already tilted. Most traders believe that preparation means checking the economic calendar, marking levels, and opening the platform. They assume that once the charts are ready, they are ready. In reality, preparation is not just technical. If your mind is rushed, distracted, emotionally loaded, or unfocused, the chart becomes a trigger instead of a tool. The same setup that looks clear on a calm day feels confusing when your internal state is unstable. What we are really talking about here is mental performance, the ability to show up in a consistent state, session after session, regardless of what happened before. Without a structured routine, traders rely on willpower, and willpower is unreliable under pressure. Some days you feel sharp, other days you feel off. The market has not changed. Your preparation has. Performance psychology shows that consistency is built before the task begins. High performers do not wait to manage their state after mistakes happen. They design routines that reduce emotional noise before execution starts. A clear routine creates a neutral baseline. Preparation removes uncertainty. Mental performance allows you to respond instead of react. Welcome back to the ComLucro channel. This session is part of our psychology mindset workout for traders, and today we will train routine, preparation, and mental performance. By the end of this workout, you will understand why routine is not discipline theater, how proper preparation stabilizes your emotional state, and how to enter each session ready to perform, not to fight yourself. Awareness helps you notice. Reset helps you recover. Routine ensures you start right. So if you like this kind of video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And join the ComLucro community to support the channel and keep improving as a trader. Now that you understand why routine and preparation matter, let us look at how routine, preparation, and mental performance work in practice. The purpose of this method is not to control emotions after mistakes happen. It is to prevent instability before the session even begins. This is about entering the market from a stable and neutral state instead of letting urgency, randomness, or outside pressure shape your first decisions. The first step is pre-session awareness. Before opening the chart, you check how you are arriving mentally. Notice if you feel rushed, distracted, eager to trade, or still focused on something outside the market. This step is not about fixing your state yet. It is about recognizing your starting point and understanding the condition you bring into the session. The second step is structured preparation. This goes beyond marking levels or checking the economic calendar. You follow the same preparation sequence every day. Same order, same process, same pace. This removes unnecessary decisions and reduces mental load. When preparation becomes familiar, your mind stays focused instead of jumping ahead to outcomes. The third step is baseline stabilization. Before execution begins, you deliberately slow your system down. Adjust your posture, slow your breathing, and narrow your attention to what matters for this session only. This creates a neutral internal baseline, allowing the first setup to be evaluated clearly rather than emotionally. The fourth step is performance framing. You remind yourself what the session is really about. Not making money, not recovering losses, and not proving anything. The session is about executing your process correctly. Each trade is one repetition inside a larger series, which removes pressure and keeps decisions aligned with rules. The final step is the readiness check. Before placing the first trade, you ask if you are prepared, stable, and focused enough to follow your rules without forcing or hesitation. If the answer is no, you wait. Routine and preparation are not about speed. They are about protecting decision quality before risk is introduced. Now let us look at how lack of routine and poor preparation show up during real trading sessions. Imagine opening the platform already tired, distracted, or thinking about something that happened earlier in the day. You sit in front of the chart, but your attention is fragmented. Price starts moving, and even before a clear setup forms, you feel the urge to engage. That urgency does not come from the market. It comes from how you arrived at the session. Another common situation happens when traders skip their preparation process. Levels are not fully mapped, context is unclear, and the session begins in a reactive state. As price moves, decisions feel rushed because the foundation was never built. The trader is not responding to structure. He's chasing clarity in real time, which creates hesitation and late entries. Mental performance also breaks down when preparation changes from day to day. One session starts calm and organized, the next starts rushed and improvised. This inconsistency creates emotional instability before the first trade is even placed. The market has not changed, but the trader's internal state has. Without a routine, every session feels different, and performance becomes unpredictable. Another example appears after opening the charts immediately after a loss or a strong win from a previous session. Without a mental reset, the trader carries expectations into the new day. After a loss, there is pressure to recover. After a win, there is pressure to repeat. Both distort perception before the first setup appears. Preparation is what removes yesterday from today. When routine and preparation are applied correctly, these problems disappear before trading begins. The trader arrives calm, focused, and mentally present. There's no rush to participate, no need to prove anything, and no pressure to perform. The chart becomes information, not a trigger. This is why routine, preparation, and mental performance are not optional habits. They are performance tools. They protect the quality of your decisions before risk is introduced and allow each session to start clean, stable, and ready for execution. Now here's how you can start practicing routine, preparation, and mental performance today. Before the session begins, take a brief moment to observe how you are arriving mentally. Notice your breathing, your posture, and whether your mind feels calm, rushed, distracted, or already focused on outcomes. This step establishes your starting baseline before you engage with the chart. Next, follow the same preparation sequence every session. Check the economic calendar, mark key levels, and define your directional context in a consistent order and at a steady pace. Do not rush this process. A structured preparation routine removes uncertainty and reduces the chance of reactive decisions once price starts moving. As the session unfolds, use your routine as a stabilizing anchor. If you notice impatience, distraction, or urgency building, pause briefly. Reset your posture, slow your breathing, and bring your attention back to the process rather than the result. This helps maintain stable mental performance throughout the session. Your exercise for this week is simple. Before placing the first trade, perform a readiness check. Ask yourself if you are prepared, focused, and neutral enough to execute your rules without forcing or hesitation. If the answer is no, wait. Over time, this practice leads to calmer entries, cleaner execution, and more consistent trading sessions. Now, as we wrap up, remember where this practice fits inside your development as a trader. This session is part of our Psychology Mindset Workout for Traders, a series designed to strengthen each layer of your performance. Awareness helps you recognize your starting state. Preparation organizes your thinking. Routine ensures you enter the market stable, focused, and ready to execute. Keep applying routine, preparation, and mental performance before every session. The more consistent your routine becomes, the less emotional noise you bring into the market. Over time, this practice protects your decision-making, reduces reactive behavior, and supports long-term consistency. You are no longer trying to fix problems during the session. You are starting each day prepared to perform. Please also remember that our mission here on the ComLucro channel is to give traders the clarity and confidence they need to make smarter decisions in the market. Every video, every course, and every piece of content we create has one clear purpose: to deliver practical, easy-to-apply knowledge that helps you grow step by step as a trader. Here on the channel, you'll find complete courses on smart money concepts, technical analysis for day traders, and trading psychology. Because trading isn't just about charts, it's also about mindset, discipline, and risk management. We also share lessons and insights from some of the most respected names in trading, professionals like David Paul, Alexander Elder, Tom Hugard, Mark Douglas, Al Brooks, Larry Williams, and many others whose experience has shaped the way we understand the markets today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a like. It really helps more traders discover our content. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest insights and strategies. If you'd like to go even deeper and access exclusive content, early video releases, and additional tools to support your development, consider joining the ComLucro trader community right here on YouTube. It's a simple way to support our work and a smart investment in your own growth as a trader. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.